Hello everyone and welcome to our lesson number 3 in the lesson plan video series of Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. Again, these video lesson plans are there for you to utilise to generate your ideas. They're not perfect, they're not finished, they're just for you to help you see how you can flesh out a novel for yourself and for your class. Because I know it's difficult when you're on teaching practice or when you're you're struggling, you're experienced in teaching, you have a million things going on. So I hope this is helpful, and if you'd like more content like this, please follow along and subscribe to the Read to Write Teacher. Okay, so let's get into it. So today, lesson plan 3 in this series, again, we're focusing on retelling and telling things in sequence, because that helps readers to understand and comprehend the stories. So we're going to start off with our vocabulary opener today. And typically when I'm doing like a reading unit, so when I'm moving from reading to a writing unit, when I'm trying to get through the text and it's really like the reading heavy part of the reading writing process, I tend to make the vocabulary opener the opener and the vocabulary moment all together. But usually you can break these up. You can have an opener and a vocabulary depending on how much reading you have for that day. You may not have time to do both, if that's helpful. Okay, so here we're focusing today on the prefix, and again we're going to start off and we're going to have a discussion. So let's have a look at this word, untangled. Okay, so you could start off by putting this into a sentence in some way, right? The girl used the brush to untangle her hair. And what do you think it means? In this way, you're giving kids the opportunity to use their context clues to work out what they think it means, and this builds a deeper understanding of the word. And then we're going to look at other words. What other words do you know with the un prefix in it? Unafraid, unattractive, and have them, you can get them on their whiteboards. Let's see how many we can write down on our whiteboards real quick. And in that way, you can build their understanding. And so in the text, when you're reading, you're going to be watching out for this un prefix. And I would let them know that before you start your reading as well. Okay, so let's go into retelling the events in order. So first, next, then, after that, and finally. These are our sequencing words that we can use to tell how things go in order. So, and again, class activity at the beginning is always really helpful. So think about your favourite day ever, what you did last weekend. Can you tell your partner using these retelling words to help you? So think, pair, share, and then have the opportunity where you pick out 1 or 2 kids that are happy to share about first, next, then, after that, and finally, trying to use the sequencing words. Again, you want to give them the opportunity to use these words so that they, when they're going ahead and sequencing the reading at the end, that they have use of these words. And again, we're going to hit up our reading then. Again, good questioning throughout, pausing, connecting, and these are again sample questions that you can use to connect the kids to their story. And then of course we're going to take a break before we do the activity, because it's too much sitting a lot of the time for these little people. And then we're going to move into our activity. So break is like 2 minutes, like quick literacy break. Talk about retelling the events in order. First, using your sequencing words to help you. It's first, next, then, after that, and finally. So they can pick out their favourite chapter from the book. And again, there's help here to help little ones remember if they need to discuss further the events. You may want to use a graphic organizer at this point too. So like at first you can get any of them, you Google any of them that they can just put into their copy. You can cut it out and it looks really neat in their books as well. And then at the end you're gonna invite people to share so that they hear each other, and always paying attention to as well when kids are sharing, like, does it make sense even in what they're writing in something like this? Like, does it make sense in what they're saying? That can really develop their understanding. I'm going to stop. Thank you.